Hey guys, it's Chris Wong. I'm filming this video as of July 28th, 2025, and I'd like to do a part 2 video of the acronym SHIT that I came up with in the last video. So as a disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. I just got interested in building a portfolio and trying to improve my wealth in order to achieve financial independence, retire early. So in the last video, the acronym I came up with, S is for sacrifice or being smart. H is for being a hard worker. I is for being an income investor or just a good investor. And T is just time. And I actually realized I could actually look at this as like a mathematical formula. So if I do S times H times I times T, then that can give me the mindset of how well I'm going to achieve financial independence, or how well I'm going to become or consider a good investor. I realized from this mathematical equation, if I were to give a number to each of them, if the whole equation becomes 0 or negative, then I'm not going to achieve financial independence, retire early. If the whole equation becomes 0, I would be considered broke or in debt. So if I were to use middle school or high school math, then anything times 0 will be 0. If there's one number that's positive and you multiply it with a negative number, then the whole answer will be negative. Or if there's a negative number times a negative number, then the whole answer will be positive. So I actually look at the acronym. If I were to start with S for sacrifice or being smart, it has a lot of points, in my opinion, on what could affect it. So being dumb or making very bad choices or using excessive leverage, panic selling, all those things, they can actually create the score to be 0 or a negative number, and then that will make the whole equation equal 0 or a negative number. The rest of the letters, HIT, so hardworking, investing or income investing, and time, in my opinion, for this equation, none of these numbers can be negative. They can only be 0 or a positive number. So H for hardworking. You can be a lazy worker and still get results. If you do 0 work, then the number would be 0. But you cannot do negative work. So I would have S for sacrifice or being smart to be the negative number. So H would be either 0, 1, or anything above. That'll determine how well you amplify being smart. So I for income investor or just a good growth investor. You're actually an investor, or you're just a saver, or someone who is not going to save any money or not invest any money at all. So it can actually be 0 or a positive number. And then T is for time. So time can never be negative. You cannot go backwards in time. And time is what affects the compounding. So the longer you invest and the longer you wait, that takes up more time, and that's what affects the growth, the total return, or the amount of dividend income you're going to get over a lifetime. All these variables from the S, the H, the I, and T, they're all needed. But I think, in my opinion, the most important one is S and T. Because S for sacrifice or being smart, it's the only one that can have a huge range going from a negative number to any positive number. And the T is the only one that has the highest potential to increase your wealth with the number of years. So the more years you invest, the more compounding you can get. The more total return you can get, the more dividends you can get without actually having to put as much of your work money into your portfolio. I actually did film a similar video to this yesterday, and I actually realized I made a mistake. So I actually put the margin investing or margin calls in the investing portion of this formula, and then I realized that I was going to have sacrifice or being smart as a negative number and investing as a negative number, and then mathematically having two negative numbers multiply each other is going to be positive. So it didn't make sense for me to say that being a dumb investor times investing with heavy debt and getting margin calls and selling at loss equals being good. Because when you have negative times negative and then the rest of the numbers you multiply with are positive, then the whole equation is positive. I hope you guys liked the video. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. Otherwise, please subscribe to my channel for future videos. Thank you guys for watching.